Can you still see the screen share? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shelley Troyer. Welcome to the 8th week of the Tech Tips Live, the weekly series where we will share information on new ways to incorporate technology into your workflow. A couple housekeeping items. We're going to try to save questions until the end. I have muted everybody's microphone, but if you have a question at the end, feel free to unmute your microphone and speak up, or just send your question over the chat, and then I will ask those questions to our presenter. So now I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to today's presenter, Kathy Rodriguez, who is here to talk about Yammer. So Kathy, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, let me share my screen real quick. Oops. All right, can you see it?
Yep, looks good.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Today I'm going to give a basic overview of Yammer. And as you may have seen in K-State today, Microsoft is going to be releasing Yammer into Office 365 beginning April 1st. For several years now, we've been using the free version, but now it's going to be part of Office 365, and you'll launch that from your app launcher. I happened to put a post in Yammer the other day about that right here. So once it's available, you can just click on it from your app launcher. And it'll usually take several weeks for it to be deployed to everyone's account, but once it is, it'll be just right there like all the other applications. So today what I'm going to go over is just navigation. I'm going to talk about groups and networks. I'm going to talk about your profile and notifications, show you how you can search, and then just talk about a few use cases. So first of all, when you sign in, you're going to be in the KSU network. And when you switch networks, that title bar changes. So you'll always know which network you're in. And then below that is just your home button and then your inbox. So if anybody sends you a private message, that will go there. And then notifications. So if you got any private messages or someone tagged you in a post, you would get notifications. To the right side of that is these three dots. And that gives you just some more options. So you can invite people to a network. You can look at what groups are available, what groups you're in. You can search for people. You can see any files that people have uploaded. So those are just a few features there. And then if you scroll on down, you'll see all the KSU groups that you're involved in. So these are all the ones that I'm involved in. And you can just go back and forth between the groups just simply by clicking on them. So these are just a few different ones I have. And then you can scroll down a little farther and you have an option to create a new group or discover more groups. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new group. And then there are two types of groups. You have an internal group or external network. The internal group is just people from K-State. So you can't have anyone outside of K-State in your group. And then the external network, you could have people both from K-State and outside. So it just depends on your purpose there. I'm going to just go ahead and create an internal group. Call it Tech Tips Live. And then you can invite your members. And then you decide if you want it to be a public group or a private group. So if it's public, anyone in the K-State network can see it and they can join the group. If it's private, then you have a little more control. You can approve members, and you can also decide if you want it to be listed in the group directory. And you might want to consider that if you have, let's say, a department account or group, and you don't want everybody from K-State joining it. You might not just want them to see it, so you might not want it listed in the group directory. So you can still have it private and listed in the group or not in the group directory. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the group directory, and then I'm going to click Create Group. So now I have my group. And then the first thing you'll notice is it gives you a banner across the top. And I think it just randomly picks colors, but you can change all that. So over here, there's a gear icon. And then here's everything about the group, what you named it, if you want to put an avatar in there or change colors, manage your members, all of that kind of thing. If you want to change it back to a public group, and you have options of who can join the group. So any of those type of things you can change there. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel and leave everything as it is. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is just add a post. So what I'm going to do is come over. We have a blog post here about our last Tech Tips session. And this just is another way to share information with the campus. So we have K-State Today, we have our blog, and then Yammer is just another way. So I can just come in here and paste that URL to that blog post. And then I can write a little something about it. And then another thing you can do is add an image to it. So I'm going to click this file and then upload a file from my computer. And then since I have that logo there, I don't want this other thing that it automatically puts in there. So I'm just going to click the X there and get rid of that. And then you can notify people. So maybe if I wanted to let Rebecca know I posted this, I can go ahead and tag her in that. And then she'll get a notification that she's been tagged in that post. And then I can add topics. So if I want to do Tech Tips Live, Yammer, I can add those topics in there, and then I can click post. Now once it's posted, and if you made any errors in there, there's no way to edit it. So if you click these three dots down here, you can delete it and start over, but you can't edit. But you can add topics and bookmark it and these other things. So those are there. And then people can reply, put replies and share and all that kind of thing. So that's that. Let's see. The next thing I'm going to look at is networks. And you get to the networks by clicking this gear icon at the bottom of the screen. And again, networks, the only difference is that you can have people outside of K-State be a part of a network. So for example, I'm going to go down to one that I'm a part of with Office 365. So this Office 365 network is managed by Microsoft. And they have, programmers that are working there. They have MVPs. They have people from all over the place who are implementing Yammer. And so it's just a great place for information about anything Office 365. So over here on the left are the groups that I've joined. So you can see I have OneNote, Office 365 Planner, Yammer, all these different things. And there's a lot of content in there. So you can just kind of go down and see what people are talking about on a specific topic. You can also just search for something. So maybe I just want to see what kind of user guides they might have out here. So if I just type in guide, you can see they have a Yammer admin guide and then some different guides. And over here on the left, it's kind of telling you, is it a note? Is it a file? Is it a topic? So maybe I just want to go to this Yammer group admin guide. I can just click on that, and then it'll take me right to it. So you can really search for anything if you're looking for something specific in there. And they have a ton of these groups, and you can click on this Discover More Groups, and it will just bring up everything that they have out there. So, and if you want to join a group, you just simply find the topic you're interested in, click join, and if you click view more groups, you'll just start seeing tons more of them. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that there. All right. Next thing I'm going to look at is, I'm going to go back to the KSU group. Or I guess network, that should be. And then you'll notice up here it shows Tech Tips Live. I'm the only one that's actually seeing that because I put it as a private group. But if I had it as a public, people would actually see that I posted in there. All right, so now I'm going to go down and we're going to look at your settings. So I'm going to click that gear icon and then click settings. And here's the basic information about yourself. And you can change any of this. I'm not exactly sure how this will work when we go to Office 365. You're probably not going to be able to change your picture because we don't have that enabled. But I assume some of the stuff that you're going to be able to still fill out as much as you want about yourself and all that kind of thing. What I really wanted to point out here was the notifications, because you can end up getting a lot of email from Yammer, but you can come in here and select what you want to do. So I would just go to the group. This is kind of another outside network I have, and I can choose how often I want to get a message. Do I want it daily, weekly? Do I want it never? Do I want it to email me when I have all these different things? When I get a message in my inbox, any of those type of things. So you have control of the amount of email you want to get. All right. Let's see. And then I just wanted to point out a few things, or a few use cases, I guess. So you can use this for a variety of things. If you have a project you want to collaborate on, an event you want to manage. So I just wanted to show a few things. So when we did the technology showcase, we had a group that we used for that, and we just, anything to do with that, organizing that event, we could talk about in here and share ideas. And so that was one way to learn it or use it. And then another way is if I had training classes and I wanted to have participants involved before the class and after the class, I could use a group to do that. Or if it was an online class and I was going to manage everything from the Yammer group, that's one way to use it. Let's see. A couple other ways we're using it is for teams and departments. So our department has a group. So we'll post anything related to the department here. So anything upcoming events or agendas to meetings, any things like that. So you can put it all there. The beauty of this is that you don't have to find everything in your email. Everyone's overloaded with email, so it's an easier place to come find things. Let's see if I have any other. This was an iPad users group. So just really anything where you are wanting to have a community space where lots of people can contribute and a lot of people can respond and get feedback that way. One of our best examples is using it for the Microsoft migration. Let's see if I can find that. So we created this group when we went live with 5,000 faculty and staff, and this was a way that we could crowdsource support because we weren't going to be able to manage that volume all by ourselves. And it was a great way to get everybody in the community involved. So system admins, just general users, people would have problems or questions and they would just come in here and pop in here, and then anybody in the community could really help resolve those issues. So I think that's about all I have. Now we can open it up for questions.
Kathy, one question that I had, can you schedule or delay a post that you want to put on one of your groups?
No, it's instant.
Okay, so once you put it up there, it goes instant. Awesome.
Yeah, the good thing about it though is you can delete it, right? I post sometimes and you find a typo or whatever, but you can just easily delete it and it goes away. So, but yeah, no scheduling.
Okay. Do we have any other questions at this time? Okay. If in the future, if someone does have more questions about Yammer, Kathy, should they direct those questions and comments to you?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I think that's it for today. Once again, Kathy, if you want to go ahead and stop your screen share, and I'll bring back up the main page. Okay. Once again, if you want to see the recording from today's session or any previous sessions, feel free to visit our website at k-state.edu/its/text-tips-live. And if you can see here, just go to one of the previous recording sessions and drop down the arrow there and the videos right there. I hope everyone can join us for next week. Our special guest will be K-State President Kirk Schultz, who will be here to talk about Twitter and why he tweets. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today, and I hope everyone has a great week. See you next week.